Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome back to another Throwback Friday. Come on, let's go and see what I got for you this week. So before we start today's video, just a little reminder, these are all old videos from last year that I'm re-showing you. I'm cutting into them quite heavily, and if you would like to see the full video, the link will be attached up here on the I button and also in the description box down below. So that gives you the opportunity to have a quick look and go, oh, that interests me. Boink, click, over you go. Right, I'm gonna now get on with the very first video. So our first video up today is just the covers, that's all, of the Big and Little Crochet Creative Crochet Projects, and it is books number 6 through to number 20. Now this is number 4 out of 8 videos within this set, because there was a heck of a lot of books. So let's go and have a look quickly at these front covers and then we'll get on with the next video. Right, so here we are. This is a book number 16. It's called In the Kitchen. Number 17 is Gifts for Him. Number 18 is Gifts for Her. Number 19, Stars and Stripes. Number 20 is called A Christmas Crochet. Oh, now I wonder, which one of these interests you more? Let's see, shall we? And next video up is the Whips. It's not at all. Oh yes it is. Oh, pants. Our next video up is a Whips, Bits and Chat number 62. Right, so what have I been up to this week? Right, well, to start off with this week, I've been having a go at the poppies. I have got 30 made and bagged, but I'm not going to bother showing you those until next week, when hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have another box of 60 ready to go. Okay, so that's the main one. It was the poppies. Next one up is we've got this wedding to go to this week, so we're travelling down Friday, staying over, coming back Sunday. Now the problem is, the boys, bless them, they all wanted to go out on a stag do. Right, so there was a group of about 15 that wanted to go out on this stag do, but of course Boris has kept the roadmap as it is for now, and we're being released, hopefully, from whatever stage lockdown we're in. We'll get released later on next month or early next month, and because of this it means the boys' stag do has been affected, whether they want to or not. If they, so it meant that they couldn't really go clubbing unless they'd pre-booked it. And the only place that had availability for them was a local strip joint. Stag do strip joint. Hey, why not? It's the last chance, isn't it? So of course they were going to get charged 30 quid a head to get into this strip joint. And 20 quid of that goes on drinks, right? So it's not so bad. But they were unable to book the groom a lap dance. Actually, to be honest, there was going to be a no boobies on show at all. Imagine if the boys were going to, say, Hooters in America and there's no topless workers. It's the same scenario. So of course the boys were like, well, why bother going out? We can't really go out clubbing because of this, and the strip joint, we're getting charged 30 quid still to go in and there's no strippers. So they were feeling a little bit down. So I said to him, don't worry about it, boys. So I've got this one sorted. And my husband's like, what are you banging on about? Now, if any of you get easily offended, turn away and wait until the beeping sound comes up on here, because I will put a beep on or some sort of weird random noise so that you can look back and you know you're safe. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I made booby key rings with standy out nipples. That's right, booby key rings. I thought, well, crikey, if the boys can't actually touch boobies, crochet bond's got to be better than nothing in it. So I've made about 6 of them, and I'm taking those down with me, and I'll hand them out to the stag and his close party before they head off and try and work out where they're going. I think they've found somewhere now, but I don't know any more than that. Although I am technically one of the boys and I have been invited. Because of course I've known the groom for about a month less than I've known my husband, so it's another one of them. It's such a close friend. He's like a little brother to me, although technically he's older than me. But yeah, so of course he's getting boobies, or a boobie given to him. Right, beep! Right, you come back now, gang. Sorry, crazies, there is no pattern written up for the key ring. I'll put it like that. There's none, nada, not one made up. I don't think it's Ravelry would let me sell it, to be honest. Right, so now I'm going to tease you. I am a pattern tester for Reggie, so I am working on an upcoming pattern of hers. So I'm actually having a lot of fun with this because I haven't really done a lot of pattern testing for other creators. And of course, with the dyslexic brain of mine, it can sometimes get a bit confusing. But to be honest, this pattern's coming up lovely. The only downside to it is that I'm playing yarn chicken yet again. But I think I've worked it, and also when I was nearly complete, I put it on, it didn't fit, so I had to strip it back and redo. So, but I can't tell you any more than that. That's it. That's all I can tell you. The evil stripping back story. Right. I can now, of course, tell you that the pattern that I was testing was the Stars Hollow cardigan. Now the pattern is available over on Reggie's Etsy shop. There will be a link in the description box down below for you. I'm going to pop a couple of pictures up now to show you what it looks like with sleeves, and also what it looks like without, because hey, being a tester, got to try both ways, haven't I? Right, so as you've possibly noticed, the top has now been finished. Now if you've been on the lives this week, you'll know pretty much all of the details on it, but for those of you that haven't worried about getting to the lives yet, you've decided to just jump straight to here first and we'll possibly go to them later, expect to hear me talking about this top. Oh, and fighting with it. Right, so let's jump it over so you can have a closer look. There we go. Right, so the pattern is called the Mercedes. Okay, it's a pattern by our gorgeous Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios. Now this has been on my list for ages since she first put it out in April 2020. And so I've been holding on to it since then. But I finally did it, and I have made it using the Papaya Sunday cotton. Okay, this is a microfiber cotton. You get, here we go, 100 grams. Or 350 ounces. There is 320 meters or 350 yards. It's 100% microfiber acrylic. Now they recommend using a 3 to 4 millimeter hook on knitting needles and a 2 to 3 millimeter hook while crocheting. Okay, now the colorway I'm holding here is different to the one that I used in my top. If I remember the number, I'll stick it in the drop down box later. Alright, now this yarn is a lot thinner than what our gorgeous Courtney suggested using. She's got a brilliant write-up on this actually on the video, in the video drop down box, which explains that for the top she works hers up in a, or you can work it up in a 3 lightweight or a size 4 medium weight yarn of any kind. Now the top itself is designed to be loose fitting. Mine that isn't loose. And her video set is a 3-part set for this top, but to be honest it works out so beautifully easy. Right, now for my personal top, the one that still doesn't fit me, I ended up having to follow the instructions for a 3x/4x. Now the sizes that Courtney has got on this, because she's done all the math for us technically, she's done all that math, and she goes from a small to medium all the way up to a 5x and a 6x. So of course my normal sizing is on the bigger size of a large. Okay, so between a large and an extra large. So I watched my video and knew I had to do foundation chains. So I looked back in the description box to find that for my size I would have needed to do 11 foundation ovals. So I made these ovals up, joined them and started working, and did about 3 lots of repeats. I couldn't get the thing over me head, let alone over my bottom where that bit was meant to be, and I realised that was down to the size of the yarn and the hook that I was using, because at that point I was using the recommended hook for the yarn. So I just threw away the band of instructions and just went, let's see, I'm going up. So of course I went up to 4.5, which is 5 more than what I'm used to using. So I done that, but I also upped the foundation ovals as well to 13 ovals. To be honest, to make this baggy, for me, I should have done 15 ovals, but I only had 2 cakes, so I knew I was going to be playing yarn chicken, and to be honest, there wasn't a great deal left. There certainly wasn't enough left to do, say, another 2 rows on this pattern. So I'm happy I chose this. I've just got to get rid of the bread baby and it will fit lovely over a vest top. Right, so and let's get into a bit more detail about the pattern. Now the pattern is worked from the bottom up, okay, and it is a 2-row repeat, gang. 2 rows, that's it. Now the only issue with it is that you're working with trebles. So if you've never worked with trebles before, don't panic. You will have sussed out how to do your trebles within your 2nd row. Honestly, trebles are just 1 extra bit. Okay, so really trebles are easy, and this is the first project I've ever done using trebles. Okay, so if I say it's easy and it's the first time I've ever done it, with all my amount my brain goes up in the air, you know that it's going to be alright, and you're going to be able to do it too, and I believe you can. Okay, so as I said, it is trebles. It's a 2-row repeat. You start from the bottom, you work your way up, then you add in your shoulders, okay, and then you work down the other side. Yeah, and then you work down the other side. Then you just got to seam it up, and if you want to, there is also an extra section in the video set where you can add sleeves, and you can also choose the thickness of your strapping. Of course, you could go for 1 pattern repeat and make it a thinner strap, or like I've done, I've gone for a 2 repeat so that when I stick a vest top underneath it, it's not going to be on show, and I can use a thicker vest top because I've got my dodgy shoulder. So when I put it on, it does actually sit very much like this dress is sitting now on me. Sort of the top half, it's just I've got a bit of an issue with the belly. And as normal, it's being held together at the back. So the little bit of extra material that's on this one is held on with a peg, right? So it makes it look extra nice. Good. Let's pop that there. Stay there, you. Right. So there you go. That is the Mercedes top by our gorgeous Courtney at Fibre Fox Studios. So again, links to that pattern will be in the description box down below, because I don't know how much room I'm going to have in the I button. But it's always worth a check, just in case I've managed it. Have a nose. She's got some absolutely stunning clothing patterns. They're quite lacy. So as long as you like open lace work, you're going to love the patterns there. And then she also does mosaic crochet. That's her thing at the moment. She's addicted to that. So she's got some absolutely stunning mosaic crochet patterns on the channel as well. So pop over and have a look. You'll be impressed. I am. Right, that is it for me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in another Throwback Friday next week, or a Whips and Bits on Sunday, or something else throughout the week. I will see you all really soon, so if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.